G'day fellas, and welcome to another video. We're taking a look at the Age of Empires 4 roadmap. You can see at the moment we're in the apartment at Berlin. I've got some friends here who may come and jump in. You may recognize them due to the lack of hair that they're got on their heads.
Whoa, wait a second.
It's Dave. How's it going, Dave?
Bonjour, hello.
Yes,
G'day, fellas.
G'day, fellas, indeed. So we're going to be taking a look at the roadmap. There's a whole bunch of stuff that's come out, Dave. We're going to talk about Season 1 first, because Rank Season 1 is coming here. I don't know about you. I'm happy to get one of these cool little emblems that they've got. What do you reckon?
Yes.
Good input. Now, I guess coming into this, Dave, I told you I'm probably going to be a bit hot, just because a lot of the stuff that we're seeing in here, both for Season 1 and Season 2, you kind of expect it to be there on the release, and it wasn't there. Mm-hmm. Things like the mods, things like hotkeys, things like player colors. And there's some notable absences as well. No taunts.
No cheats.
No cheats. And I don't know about you guys, but I love cheats. I love the Cobra Car. I'm trying to think of what my favorite cheat was in Age of Empires 3. It was probably the Flying Honey Badger.
Flying honey? You guys had a flying honey badger?
Had a laser as well.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, so, I mean, coming into this, there's a lot of stuff here that, obviously, it's welcome, but at the same time, you know, kind of, I want to crack that whip a little bit. But, I mean, when we talk about things like the Hotkey Improvements, I got to experience in the public update preview a whole bunch of these changes that they had. And going back and playing the original Age of Empires 4 from being there, I noticed that I was missing them. Things like the patrol command. There was another really important one. I'll see if they've got it. No, that was it. I think it was just the patrol command, but there's a whole bunch of stuff that's coming in here. Civ randomizer, that's pretty big. They're kind of important. And the post-match map preview or reveal is really important as well. How do you feel about Season 1?
Well, every single thing you just listed there is something that probably should have been, you mentioned it before, it probably should have been in the game on release, but I mean, you gotta deal with it now. I mean, the game's been out for what, 4 months? And any improvement is a good step forward at this point. The thing I'm most excited for is customizable maps.
Yes.
For sure. And we were talking about it before, like just making things more stable in terms of generation, making it so that when we have a tournament like this, we can just consistently get the maps that we need is so important for the pro scene. So really stoked about that. Overlay guy.
That's Felix.
Just popping in right here. Speaking of overlays, I mean, we have a sick overlay for N4C. And maybe something like that could be implemented into Age of Empires 4 coming up as well. We have an amazing casting overlay.
It's going to be absolutely wild. I reckon you guys should check it out. We're going to leave a link in the description to the N4C stream. We're not going to be live when this video goes up, but maybe like the next day after. There's going to be plenty of content coming out, so make sure you check it out. But yeah, that's absolutely awesome. That's the big thing, that overlay is. I didn't think it was possible to do what they've done, but I reckon you guys are going to love it. But let's talk a little bit about Season 2, because we've got other stuff that's coming in. So fully remappable hotkeys. So at the moment, they've already talked about hotkey improvements. So that just means that you can do things a little bit better. But fully remappable hotkeys, in Age of Empires 4, you've got the grid system, which is mandatory. If you want to build a house, it's QQ. Potentially, that means fully remappable hotkeys mean that you can just press Q once and you'll get to your house, or E, or F, or... You know, guys,
or you can have the grids. You can have your cake and eat it too.
That's
which
true.
would be the perfect thing, right?
Yeah.
You can have that grid system. Everyone's used to the grid system. I'm fine with the grid system, but I know my good friend T90 really bothers him. He can't get his customizable hotkeys, right?
Yeah.
And he wants to be super competitive in everything he does, so he didn't even really give it a chance.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of players feel that way. So maybe we get a new influx of players as soon as we have the grid, and then you have an option to set it to what you have in previous games.
Which is the way that it always should have been.
Yeah.
And I think that frustrates me, because I remember coming into Age of Empires 4, I said the biggest issue is going to be hotkeys, because I think that grid is the best way to play the game.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter what the best way or the worst way. It matters what you want to play.
Yeah, you can't shoehorn people into the best way to play, right?
Yeah.
Because the best way to play for them might be different than the best way to play for you or for me. So
yeah. No, I think it's going to be a really good change. Also got player color picker, something that people have been asking for a long time. I think it's kind of surprising it's taken this long, and I would have loved to have seen it pushed up into Season 1, but unfortunately it's there. Also, map vote system. I jumped on for the first time and played some ranked games just before I left to Berlin. I hadn't played since December, and I went through 13 lobbies before I actually got a game because people kept Alt F4ing.
Yep,
I got
yep.
Black Forest, I got
Yep.
Confluence, I got all these maps. So hopefully with a map vote system, it means that you can actually
It'll
spend...
never be perfect, by the way. It'll never be perfect, but it'll be an improvement for sure.
As long as I can put a preference in for Dry Arabia
Yeah.
and find other people who've put a preference in for
And
Dry
I think
Arabia,
you'll find most people will have a preference for Dry Arabia.
that's as
well.
close to perfect as you can ask
Yeah,
for.
yeah.
That's really it. And then they've also got selection improvements. I'm not sure exactly what they mean by that, but I'd be curious to know.
It might be selection improvements. Could that be improving the hitboxes on some things?
Some things definitely do need improvements. When the game first came out, I'm not sure if you know this, but sheep were really hard to click.
Oh yes, I remember being very frustrated.
Now
and fish as well. Fish
yeah.
are still hard to click
Yeah.
though.
So they've made it to the point where sheep are very easy to click, but
Yeah.
if you try and click, if there's a dead sheep, and then next to it is a sheep that's not dead, and you're trying
It
to
has
kill
a much
that,
bigger hitbox.
you can't get that other sheep, the one that's not dead. So maybe that's what they're looking at. But I mean, there's a lot of good changes that are coming in here.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited about the stuff that's coming. Is there
that-
anything that's missing?
The thing that I was about to actually expand on that, because the thing that excites me here is most of the main issues are listed.
Yep.
Right, like there's some minor things that are probably missing here, like a overview or overlay for casters or for observing matches.
Yeah.
I think we need something better. We need like the sacred site timer should probably be on here.
Yeah. Let's write that one down, guys. Write that one down.
If we're casting a game, I don't want to be like, it's happened in the past where I'm like to my co-caster, do you know when they captured that?
Yeah, the way
chat,
I do.
tell me what's going on.
I'm listening for the gongs. You hear these gongs go off.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, there's the gongs. Count it down, fellas.
Yeah,
Like, it's that
yeah.
sort of thing. We've got a hippo coming in. It's Nilly.
Continue your thing.
So there's a whole bunch of stuff that's going to be coming up with the roadmap, but still there's some things that I think are left to be desired. The big thing for me is the map vote system. So it's really important that the system has a coherent map system, because at the moment, if you don't, it just sort of ruins it. I'd also like to see a water overhaul. This is something I've talked about before.
Water's really tough, though.
Water-
Water is really tough to balance. It
and
needs something, though.
it needs something,
a
'cause
step in the right direction.
At the moment, the way I feel is it's just decided by civilization.
Yep.
So if I go into a map and my enemy has picked a civ that counters mine, well, the game's already over before it's begun. And I don't think that's healthy. So I think standardizing water, at least in the second age, is going to really help that.
Yeah.
So that's something that I'd like to see. But map vote system. I mean, you've got water in the game. You shouldn't want to avoid it. You should, at least... Because at the moment, when a water map comes, people dread it. They Alt F4 the game. I'd love to see it where it gets to the point where people are at least happy or at least tolerate the water maps coming out. So, yeah, I think that'd be something good to look at. But I think overall, really good changes. Glad to see. Couldn't have come any sooner. So hopefully we get some more news. But other than that, do you have any final thoughts, Dave?
I'm mildly excited.
Mildly excited.
Yeah.
There you go. You've heard it here
I've
first, folks.
I've learned not to be very excited.
Yeah.
I'm mildly excited. You know,
Yeah.
you got to keep your expectations low. So if something really good comes out, you're like pleasantly surprised and you're energized to play again. Right?
That's
So-
true, yeah. You gotta, what is it, under promise, over deliver, all that
Yes.
sort of stuff. But yeah, fellas, once again, we are at N4C. I encourage you guys, make sure you check out the stream. There's gonna be plenty of action coming up over the next, 10 days, 11 days, 12 days maybe? Who
11
knows?
days, I think.
11 days.
We start tomorrow, which is Saturday, and then we run until the next Sunday.
All right, that's a large amount of days. We'll just go with that. But yeah, we are at the Gamer Legion. It's not the headquarters, is it? It's like the Gamer Legion.
Gamer Legion, Gamer
venue.
Gamer
I'll
House.
show you guys what we've got. Let's move the camera down a little bit.
Got our beautiful lounge area here.
There you go.
It's great.
Yeah.
We have Mista in the background
That's
there.
that's the Mister. So yeah, one of the pro gamers. He's already here. You'll be able to check him out. But fellas, other than that, we'll wrap it up here. Hope you guys have a good one, and we'll catch you in the next one.